Have you ever stopped to consider the true power of the substances we choose to ingest? The taste, the sensation, the feeling of release when we surrender ourselves to the familiar warmth that spreads through our body. But have you ever wondered what lies beyond the immediate pleasure? What happens to the very essence of who we are, the soul, when we drink alcohol? It's easy to think of it as just a drink, just a fleeting indulgence. But what if, in that moment, when the glass touches your lips, you're not just drinking a liquid? What if you're inviting something into your very being, something far more profound than we realize? What if alcohol is not only altering your perception, but also the state of your soul? In Arabic, alcohol is known as Al-Kuhul, a word that holds far more meaning than simply liquor. It comes from the root of kohl, the powder once used to darken the eyes. And in that imagery, there lies a deeper truth. Alcohol clouds your vision, your spiritual vision. It's as if, in every sip, you are drawing a veil over your perception, blurring your connection to what is real, what is pure, and what is lasting. But what does this truly mean for us? In spiritual traditions, alcohol has long been regarded as more than just a physical substance. It's seen as a spiritual catalyst, a gateway, a moment where the boundaries between the known and the unknown begin to dissolve. When we consume alcohol, it isn't simply our physical senses that are affected. It is our spirit, our very connection to the divine, that begins to change. Think of your spirit as a sacred flame, bright, steady, clear. Now imagine that flame flickering in the dark, struggling to stay alive as a fog creeps in, muting its light. This is what alcohol does. It dims the light of your soul, distorting your awareness and severing your deeper connection to yourself, to others, and to the universe around you. Alcohol doesn't just change how we feel in the moment. It alters our ability to see the truth. When we drink, we invite an external force into our bodies, one that doesn't just affect us physically, but spiritually. The ancient teachings warn us of the nafs, the lower self, who is constantly trying to pull us into distraction, into attachment, into the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. Alcohol, in its very nature, feeds this lower self, giving it the freedom to rule our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. It is in this haze of intoxication that the soul becomes vulnerable to illusions. We lose sight of the higher self, that pure, untainted part of us that seeks truth and connection. Instead, we drift further into the world of dunya, the transient world of desires and fears. And in that world, we are left searching for meaning in things that are temporary, fleeting, and ultimately empty. In the Islamic tradition, the act of drinking alcohol isn't just viewed as a physical indulgence. It's seen as a spiritual consequence. In fact, it is said that alcohol clouds the heart and weakens its ability to connect with the divine. When the heart is clouded, it becomes harder to hear the whispers of truth that lie within us, harder to connect to the inner peace that is our birthright. But it doesn't stop there. Alcohol, in its most subtle form, becomes an anchor that ties us to the world of attachments and ego. It becomes a tool that distances us from mindfulness, from clarity, and from our ultimate purpose. As the fog thickens, the mind wanders further into distraction, leaving us adrift in a sea of confusion. And yet, the journey does not end here. The true mystery lies not in the consumption of alcohol itself, but in the potential for spiritual transformation that exists even in our darkest moments. Because when we understand the consequences, when we realize how alcohol dulls the light within us, we begin to see the path back to clarity, to purity, to enlightenment. Imagine a life where you are no longer swayed by temporary desires, where your spirit remains untarnished by the illusion of intoxication. Imagine waking each day with your heart and mind open, fully present, connected to the divine. This is what is possible when we learn to free ourselves from the spiritual consequences of alcohol. Abstaining from alcohol isn't about punishing ourselves or condemning our desires. It's about liberation. It's about reconnecting with that sacred essence within us that has been there all along, waiting to be rediscovered. It's about the realization that the more we allow our hearts and minds to be clouded, the further we move away from our truest nature. And in every moment of sobriety, there is a chance to step back into the light, to become fully aware of the higher truth that is always within reach. When you break free from the haze, when you shed the illusions created by the world around you, something miraculous happens. You begin to see not just the world, but yourself with new eyes, eyes that are clear, eyes that can see beyond the veil of illusion, eyes that can look inward to the truth that lies beneath. The choice is yours. Will you continue to drink from the cup that clouds your spirit, or will you seek the clarity that lies within? The journey to spiritual awakening is not a destination, but a path that unfolds with every choice we make, with every moment of awareness we cultivate. The question is, how much are we willing to awaken to the truth?